Hey there everyone, my name is Dave and thanks for watching GameVine today and welcome back to the Red Dragon Inn. It's good to see you again. And I have recently just finished up reviewing all the base sets, so now I thought why not go to some of the allies that we have in the series. And the first one up is one of the first ones I ever got because I was just absolutely humored by the character. And this one is for Pooky. And Pooky is Zot's rabbit from the first base set, and what allies are basically just small expansions. And what they do is bring one single character and all of its supplies to the actual Red Dragon Inn base sets. And with these allies, they're always gonna bring a little something to the table because of course you have to buy them separate, so they're always gonna have some kind of twist to them. So with Pooky, he has a mood radar. So enough talk, let's get into this small expansion and see how Pooky actually works. Let's go see what's in the box. So let's bust into the contents of this small expansion, and first up we have the actual character deck here with the great art. Slugfest always does a great job when it comes to that. And then they have two other cards, the mood card here, and this is basically a summary on how Pooky actually works. And now we go over to the cardboard components, and they had to miniaturize both the gold and the player board here because they wanted to fit it in the box. Now I don't use these often because I have so many to spare. I just use the extra ones I have, though it is pretty cute on how they did that. Then we move over to the alcohol content marker and the fortitude marker. So they started doing this in the allies first before they did it in Red Dragon Inn 5. And honestly, I like the small cardboard components over the glass beads, so that was a welcome change. And the glass bead actually comes into this box as well, miniaturized again. And this is just to show his mood on the card here, which I'll get into a little later. And of course it comes with the rules so you can find out how Pooky works. So now with all that being said, let me show you how Pooky works. So Pooky the Vicious, he doesn't have flavor text, though on the back of this Red Dragon Inn 5 insert, again that's where this came from, it shows you how to play Pooky and it tells you what makes him angry. Basically doing the same thing as the card that comes inside the box. So the picture here pretty much sums up Pooky. He is really mean, and his playstyle is going to be to attack and hurt people as much as possible. He also has some cards in there, some gambling cards and some cheating cards to help him stay afloat money-wise, though him being a small tiny rabbit, he can get in trouble when it comes to alcohol content. So Pooky can get drunk really fast, and that's where his downfall is. So let's go over how Pooky works. Now you're going to start with having this card in front of you, and this tells the mood condition of Pooky in the present moment, and that attributes to some of the cards. Let me show you one now. Nasty big pointy teeth. This is one of my favorite because it's a Monty Python reference kind of. Now a lot of his cards are going to be affected by his mood, and his mood will go down depending on what cards he plays and what happens to him within the game. And let me show you that right now. So I'm going to use this insert here to explain how the mood meter works. Now, it can be affected by cards too, like this one here at the bottom, it will say Pooky is now calm, so it might make it go up or it might make it go down on the mood meter, and that will display right there on the card. But these also affect his mood, and let me go over them now. The first one we have here is a card from another player's hand makes him lose fortitude. Now this can happen whether it be 3 or 1 fortitude. He's only going to go down on the 1 on the mood meter every time he gets hit. So for example, if somebody would have played an action card on Pooky, hurting his fortitude for 2, and then somehow adds another 1 fortitude equaling 3, he would just go down 1 on the mood meter. Whereas if they just played the 1 action card damaging him for 2 and not adding that 1, he still would only go down 1 on the mood meter. Another one here is if he gains 3 alcohol content or more, he's going to get angry. So he'll go down 1 on the mood meter if it was 4 as well. And he also gets mad if he loses at gambling. So if he participates in a round of gambling and doesn't win it, he would go down 1 on the mood meter. Now, psychotic is the last one here, and if he has to go down, he would just stay on psychotic. So keep that in mind as well. It's crazy, manic, and calm at the very top. And the last one here, I explained it earlier, is if a card affects and says that his mood would change. So that is how Pooky's mood meter works. This is a really simple addition to the Red Dragon Inn world. They just kind of added one little twist, and everything is explained on these 2 cards, and it's easy to keep track of. So with that being said, now let's go over Pooky's actual character deck. And you've seen this one before. I just like this one. The art again is just superb. The next one we have here is Oh No Not Again. Pooky's on a drunken rampage, another one of my favorites. He's not always mad. You'll see he's kind of cute in some of the cards. Pooky is in a foul mood. Again, this would hit somebody's fortitude, and Pooky's mood gets worse. That would affect it going down 1. Pooky doesn't think so. Again, it's all in third person, and everyone has a I don't think so card. Remember, he does have all the regular gambling cards and winch cards as well. Pooky thinks you are delicious. Again, he is just going to go after characters. Pooky pulls Zot out of the hat, so it's kind of a switcheroo. I like this one. People pay gold to him. He can get gold pretty well. Don't make Pooky cry. Oh, it's so cute. I mean, he goes from being sour to sweet. Look at that. And this one is really cool. He's hiding in the Dwarven helmet. A great art card again. Good thing Pooky was wearing the great-grandfather's helmet. That is great there. And the wench thinks you should stop being mean to Pooky. Again, he can really pull his cuteness out and get out of stuff, and that will affect Pooky's mood meter and make him calm because he's hanging out with a wench. Pooky doesn't like feeling cornered, and again, this is where manic, crazy, or psychotic is gonna matter, because if he is psychotic, the player will lose 4 fortitude instead of if it's manic, only 2. So Pooky got Frank's special stuff, add 1 alcohol content to a drink being drank, and he has a little bit of that. Again, he can get drunk really fast. I love the art. I mean, this is one of my favorite ones when it comes to art in general. Look at this one here. Watch out, don't step on Pooky. He has got a little dagger here. It's simple and quite elegant. Then we have a few more in here. I'll just go over some of the art again because that is one of my favorite things when it comes to this deck. Look at those big shiny pointy teeth. And so Pooky again will just continue to hurt people in a very funny fashion, keeping his gold, and you got to try to keep him from getting drunk himself. So that is basically Pooky in a nutshell. Now let's get into what I actually think about this deck and how I'm gonna grade it. Let's go. So that was Pooky from the Red Dragon Inn Allies expansion set. Now, I'm going to be grading this a little different. Since it's just a small expansion, I don't want to give it a letter or a percentage. So I'm either going to do a thumbs down, this is a bad expansion, I do not recommend this, a sideways thumb, this is a good one, you can possibly pick this up and have fun, or a thumbs up, yes, I recommend this one, it's a great addition, go out and buy it now. And I will say that this is a thumbs up for me. People will pick Pooky based on the fact that he is a tiny, cute rabbit with really big, sharp, pointy teeth. And his deck is one of the most humorous ones that exist in the Red Dragon Inn universe. And again, I cannot talk enough about the art direction that they went in with Pooky. I love a lot of the art when it comes to Red Dragon Inn, but Pooky's deck has so much just to kind of sit there and look at and just have fun doing that in itself. And Pooky is just a seamless ally to transition into any base set. If you have at least one, he is easy to work in because his mood meter card is very straightforward and to the point. As long as you remember to move it up and down depending on how many drinks, alcohol content that he's done, and every time for the fortitude. And as well, remember, you have to move it down if he loses in gambling. So if you're into Red Dragon Inn and you have any of the sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and you want a little something that has some good humor to it and has a cute rabbit in it, I cannot recommend Pooky enough. Go out and pick up this ally to add to the Red Dragon Inn experience in your game group. So that is it for today's review of this expansion for Red Dragon Inn, and I want to send out a huge thank you to Slugfest Games for your continuing support. I could not do any of these reviews without all your help. And also thank you to everyone out there watching today's review. Please like and subscribe at the end of the video today. I would very much appreciate that. And until the next time that I see you, I've been Dave from Gamevine. Have a great rest of your day and a great time with all that you play. You heard it here on the Gamevine. I'm out.